One of the great assets President Trump has been to real Americans is his shaking up of the corrupt status quo and revealing who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. For years, Democrat voters have been told it was we conservatives who are bad. That facade began to crumble with the woke, diversity, inclusion, equity, cancel culture. Democrats were targeted if they didn't fall in line. And for years, Republican voters were told that liberals were the bad guys. But all that changed when GOP voters watched Republicans fully funding a cancerous left-wing agenda, and even some elected Republicans openly supporting left-wing extremists through their rhetoric and their votes. How to tell the difference between America First and America Last. A primer is the subject of today's guest-driven preamble. Let's start with a generality that is becoming less and less relevant every day. From a conservative viewpoint, generally, Democrats have been America last and Republicans have been America first. But as President Trump has roared onto the scene, just who is in those respective camps is being revealed and changing. As you know, both Republicans and Democrats supported both presidential tickets in the last election. That in and of itself proves the new political divide, America first versus America last. To demonstrate, a brief look at the America First Democrats. Look at Trump's cabinet. Look at those picks and the slew of Democrat defections from Florida to Texas. But let me use the Republican side to illustrate how one can tell the difference between America First and America Last. Now, which side does this Republican belong to?
Chicago's in trouble because your mayor sucks and your governor sucks. And we're going to start right here in Chicago, Illinois. Now, if your Chicago mayor doesn't want to help, he can step aside. But if he impedes us, if he knowingly harbors and conceals an illegal alien, I will prosecute him.
That there's Tom Homan. He's pledging to enforce immigration law. He's promising to jail anyone that gets in the way of removing illegal aliens who have no legal predicate for breaking into and staying in the United States. If you guessed America First about Mr. Homan, you are correct. Now, here's another Republican.
I think it's going to be hard, quite honestly. I think it's going to be hard in these next 4 years because you have an administration coming in that has had an opportunity to kind of see how things work, what didn't work, and now we've had 4 years to think about it, and the approach is going to be everybody toe the line. Everybody line up. We got you here, and if you want to survive, you better be good. Don't get on Santa's naughty list here because we will primary you. I mean, we are seeing that play out in real time right now with the nominees. The nominees who have just been named. There's been no committee process on any of them. They're just kind of doing their courtesy calls right now. And my friend Joni Ernst, who is probably one of the more conservative, principled Republican leaders in the Senate right now, is being hung out to dry for not being good enough. And you're going to get primaried. Well, you know, what's this all about?
Well, Senator, a primary is used to get rid of politicians who betray their voters. That's what that's all about. That woman there, folks, is Mitch McConnell-backed Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski. Notice how she invokes another senator to take away focus off of her own disgraceful conduct. In the midterms, Senator Murkowski, in support of the party that unleashed millions of unvetted illegal aliens onto our nation from 168 countries, she said she was supporting Democrats and voting for Democrats. The very same Democrats who would go on to lose 350,000 illegal alien children to sex slavery, forced labor, and other atrocities. Right on, Lisa. Murkowski also says she will reject all of President Trump's nominees unless they are approved by a corrupt and compromised FBI. Really, folks, that's just a lame excuse. And just this week, the senator there, who was elected as a Republican, admitted that she is not attached to the GOP label and that she would rather have no label. If you guess that Lisa Murkowski is an America Last Republican, you are correct. The America Last crowd appears to have lost the belief in a government of, by, and for the people, if they ever really believed in one to begin with. These people vote to empower the government over our people and foreign nations over our own people. They do their best to be as integral of cogs as they can in the America Last coalition. This makes them incredibly untrustworthy, contemptible, and dangerous. And now you know how to better identify them when they come on your door, knocking, asking for your support, your money, or your vote. Folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids, my country, the greatest nation ever. And Americans like you who believe in the truth, the Chris Salcedo Show will never stop fighting for you.
The Chris Salcedo Show, for the news you need to know.